Hey, Rob here for Quadratec.com. Today we're checking out the full lineup of 4 Armis bed covers available from Rugged Ridge for the all-new 2020 and up Jeep Gladiator. Now we're going to be walking through the 4 different styles of bed covers available to help you best decide which one might be the perfect fit to install on the back of your new truck. Now, of course, by installing a tonneau cover on the back of your Gladiator, you're going to get a number of benefits. For starters, well, it really finishes off the look of the bed of your Gladiator for a very clean look. Now, speaking of clean, it's also going to help keep the bed of your Gladiator clean and free of dirt and debris when you have them installed. And they're going to give you an extended cargo area to keep all of your gear out of the elements and dry. Now, while no tonneau cover on the market is 100% waterproof, the 4 Armis bed covers from Rugged Ridge do a fantastic job at keeping most, if not all, of the water out of the bed of your Gladiator. And by installing a tonneau cover, well, it's going to give you an added layer of security to the bed of your Gladiator by allowing you to hide away any of your gear out of the way from prying eyes. Now, no matter which one of the tonneau covers you choose, either the hard folding cover like we currently have installed, the soft folding cover, the soft rolling cover, or the hard rolling cover, you can rest assured knowing that all 4 are made right here in the USA, and they're backed by an industry-leading 5-year limited warranty. And best of all 4 of the tonneau covers install easily with no drilling or modification to the bed of your Gladiator required. So why don't I go ahead and start by taking a closer look at the hard folding cover that we currently have installed. So one of the first things we notice with the hard folding cover is, of course, it's got a very low profile design. So when it's folded in the closed position here installed on our Gladiator, it's only sticking up about 1/4 inch off the top of our bed sides. And that's going to give a very sleek finished look. Now, one of the other really nice things about this cover is that even though all 4 are going to offer you an additional layer of security for the gear you have stored in your Gladiator, well, the hard folding cover is going to be the most impenetrable out of the 4 because, of course, it is using a 3-panel hard design. Now, each of those panels are constructed of a layer of aluminum on the outside and the inside with a foam core inside that's going to keep them lightweight yet still very strong and durable. And then to even add further durability to those panels, well, the exterior surfaces have been coated in a Line-X truck bed coating. Now, one of the other really nice features of the tri-fold cover, if we fold down our tailgate here, you can see that nothing is hanging down into the tailgate or into the bed area of our Gladiator, which is going to give us the maximum amount of storage capacity with the cover in its folded position. Going back to the security of the cover, once our tailgate is closed and locked, there's no way to open the cover from the outside. When it is time to open the cover, you'll fold down your tailgate and then operate the latch. There's a cable latch found on both the driver and passenger side at the tailgate that's operated by simply pulling the latch down, which will pull it in on both sides so you can operate it from one side, which is a very nice feature, and then simply fold that panel back. Now we've got another latch on the second panel here. We can again fold that back to this position, and from here we've got a buckle on the driver and passenger side that we can snap into place, and that will lock the panels in this position so that we can drive down the road with some larger items stored in the back of our truck. Now, if you need even more storage, well, we've got one more latch, and now we can fold the panels into this vertical position, and we can go ahead and lock them here with these prop rods, again, found on both the driver and passenger side. Now, of course, the Gladiator is a very unique truck because it is the only truck on the market with a removable top. So whether you've got the hard top installed or a soft top, the nice thing about having the prop rods here and storing these panels in a vertical position means they're not resting against the glass of your hard top or the plastic rear window of your soft top. When it's time to fold the cover back down, we've got a little latch up here, and we can store the prop rod right back here in the side and drop the panels back into place. Now, if you need the maximum amount of cargo capacity in the bed of your Gladiator, well, you can go as far as totally removing the panel assembly by simply unscrewing the 2 thumb screws found at the front of the bed and then lifting the entire assembly out of the way until we reinstall it later. Now, speaking of installation, there is some initial installation required to get this bed cover installed. The two rails on the driver and passenger side will permanently mount to the bed of your Gladiator. They'll bolt in place at the back of the bed here into two threaded inserts from the factory, and then one additional place at the front of the bed here, again, using a threaded insert from the factory. And that means we're not doing any modification to the bed of our Gladiator to get this installed. That also means that you can install this bed cover either with or without that trail rail cargo system from the factory, because it's not dependent on it to mount to the bed of your truck. Now, one of the things that is clearly noticeable with the panels stored in this upright position is that it is going to block some of your rear visibility through the rear window of your Gladiator. So if you know you're going to be carrying some large cargo items in the back of your Gladiator pretty often, well, we've got another option for you, the hard rolling cover, that's going to give you better rear visibility even when it's in the rolled position. So as you can see, the biggest difference when going from a hard folding to a hard rolling cover is that when we have the cover in the open position here, giving us full access to the cargo area and bed of our Gladiator, well, we're not obstructing any of that visibility out the rear window. In fact, with it rolled up and secured, it's virtually the same height as the rear seat in the Gladiator, so we're really not losing any visibility at all. Now, there is some permanent installation, just like with the previous cover that you will have to do. Both bed rails down the passenger and driver side will need to be permanently installed to the bed sides of the Gladiator. But there is, again, no drilling or modification required. They bolt in using all factory mounting points. In the back, you can see that our rail actually mounts using the cargo trail rail system. Now, if your Gladiator does not have that trail rail in place, that's okay. You're just going to use a slightly different clamp, also included, to secure this rail in the back of the Gladiator. One of the nice features of this rolling cover, as you can see, is that when it rolls up, it actually rolls up on top of the bed rather than going down into the bed. So again, we're not losing any of the interior storage space with the cover in the rolled or closed position. Now, if you do need full access to the entire length of the bed of the Gladiator, well, you can quickly and easily remove the entire rolling assembly by simply sliding the two latches, one found on the driver and one on the passenger side at the front of the bed, and then you can lift the entire assembly off and store it out of the way. Now, speaking of closing the cover, again, we've got a nice strap system on both sides at the front of the bed here to keep it secure when we're driving down the road. When it's time to close it up, tuck our strap. That's as simple as rolling it into place and applying some pressure at the tailgate area. Those audible clicks will let you know that the back is now latched in place. There's also one additional latch in the middle that's automatically engaged as you roll the top back into place, giving you a very secure bed cover. Now, again, we have that same style cable latch, so when it's time to open it back up, we can grab that from either side, the driver or passenger side. It will operate both latches simultaneously. And when we close it back up and close the tailgate, once our tailgate is locked, we now have a very secure cargo area here in the bed of our Gladiator. Again, another thing that we'll notice with the bed cover in place is that even though it's a hard style rolling cover, well, the top has a fabric appearance. And that's because the slats have been bonded to soft top material. So you're getting a couple advantages there. It's a very easy material to take care of and keep clean. It's going to match the soft top material on your Gladiator perfectly, and you're still getting all the advantages of a hard cover that's going to be nice and secure, keeping your valuables safe when they're inside. Now, it is important to make sure that when you do go from an open to closed position with the rolling cover, that you make sure you run your hand down both sides to fully lock in place the hook and loop fasteners that secure the covers on the sides. And that's going to prevent any air from getting underneath this cover, causing any buffeting when you're driving down the road. Now, if you really like the look of a soft bed cover, but maybe you don't need all the security of the hard rolling cover, well, we have two more soft tonneaus that we can check out now. Now, we went ahead and swapped out our hard rolling cover for our soft rolling cover, and at first glance, you'll notice just how similar looking these two covers are. Now, they both feature that same great high quality soft top material that's going to match the soft top found on your Gladiator very well. It's also going to be easy to clean and take care of. Again, we're seeing a very low profile design that sits down nice and low on the bed rails of the Gladiator for a very clean look when it is in the closed position. Now, by going to a soft rolling cover, we're also going slightly lighter weight because we're losing that rigid structure, and we're going to a more affordable bed cover as well. Now, of course, by losing that internal rigid structure, well, the soft rolling cover does have some give to it, and we're losing a little bit of the security offered by that hard inner structure. Of course, we're still just as secure as the factory soft top would be because we still have the ability to lock that tailgate. Once the tailgate is closed, we cannot access the latch mechanism to open the soft rolling cover. Now, speaking of that latch mechanism, if we open our tailgate, we no longer have that cable style latch. Now, we've got a rigid latch mechanism here on the driver's side, and when we pull that, we'll see that the rear tailgate bar here will open up. Now, the way this secures at the back is very similar to the way a rear window on a Wrangler is secured with that tailgate bar by tucking in to brackets on each side of the bed and then pulling it down. You'll hear it click and lock into place. Now, one thing to be aware of with the soft rolling cover with this rear weather seal on here, it actually does require you to close the tailgate first and then latch the cover into place to ensure that this seal stays on top of our tailgate, offering the best weather resistance for the interior of the bed. Now, if we go ahead and open the tailgate back up, we can see just how easy it is to roll our soft rolling cover up. Again, we see hook and loop fasteners on both sides. And as we get about a third of the way open, here we can see we've got some rigid bars that run across the bed cover, offering some internal support. So even though we're losing that total rigid structure, we've still got a lot of support in here so that we're not going to see pooling of water or anything like that on top of our soft cover. Now, if we roll the cover all the way forward, we're going to find two bungee straps, one on each side, that will allow us to secure it in the rolled position when we're headed down the road. And one of the other biggest advantages of going with the soft style rolling cover, as you can see, is when we have the cover rolled up, in fact, we can go a little bit tighter even, it sits virtually totally on top of the front bulkhead of the bed of our Gladiator, giving us full unobstructed use of the entire length of the bed, which means we're not needing to take anything out and put anything back when we need the full use of the bed. It's simply as easy as rolling it all the way up. We can leave everything totally installed. Now, speaking of installation, again, no drilling or modification required to get the soft rolling cover installed. We're going to see a rail system that's very similar to the hard rolling rail system. Bolts with some brackets into the front of the bed. And then again, is secured back here at the back of the bed to that cargo trail rail system. One other nice feature we'll find on the soft rolling cover are these automatic tension adjustments. Now, these are going to keep a nice amount of tension on that soft top material throughout the day. As it starts cooler, gets warmer in the middle of the day, cools back down at night. Well, it's going to keep that nice and tight, again, helping with water pooling on top and giving it a very finished, clean look. Now, if you're looking for another soft bed cover option and one that installs the easiest out of all four, we go ahead and grab the soft folding cover. Now, we went ahead and we got our soft rolling cover out of the way, and our final option from Rugged Ridge, the soft folding bed cover installed here. This does happen to be the most affordable in the lineup of Armis bed covers for the Gladiator, but don't let that fool you. It's still packed with a ton of great features. As we can see, we've got the same great high quality soft top material on here that's going to look great. It's also going to be easy to clean and maintain. It's also the easiest cover in the lineup to install, and that's also going to make it the easiest to remove when you want to stow it away so you have full use of the bed of your Gladiator. Now, one of the most obvious differences that we see right off the bat here is that this is the tallest bed cover in the lineup. It stands up above the bed rails about an inch, so it's not quite as streamlined as the others, but it's still a great looking bed cover. Now, one of the nice things with this, again, just like with all the others, there's nothing hanging down into the cargo area of the bed, which means we have the most use of our cargo space with the cover in the closed position. Now, one of the differences that we are going to see with the soft folding cover versus some of the others in the lineup is that the latching mechanism has changed in the back. This is the first one that we're seeing that has two independent latches. So you've got these clamp jaws here in the back, one on the driver's side and one on the passenger side. Once we release those, we can go ahead and fold the top back. I can show you the way this clamp jaw works here. Simply snaps into this rail when not in use. When you fold the top down, well, simply pull that spring-loaded clamp down, and it's going to lock under one of these brackets that we installed in the back. Again, just like with all the other bed covers, no drilling or modifications, using the factory mounting points for these brackets. Now, when you are folding the cover, it is important that you make sure that you snap these up into the rail to keep them contained. We can go ahead and fold it back just like we saw with the other folding cover. And we've again got these great buckles here that we can snap it into place. And with these buckles secure, now we've got access to the majority of the bed, and we can drive down the road with the cargo cover stored in this position. Now, it is very important, because this tonneau cover doesn't rely on any extra rails mounted to the bed. You do need to ensure that your thumb screws are tight and these buckles are fastened before you drive down the road with it in this position or with it in the closed position. You want to ensure that those clamp jaws are secure. Make sure that you don't get any wind getting under this. Could cause it to lift off the bed at the Gladiator. Now, if you do need access to the entire length of your truck bed, it's as simple as removing the two thumb screws at the front, and we can go ahead and set the entire bed cover aside when it's ready to reinstall. It's as simple as reinstalling those two thumb screws. If we undo this latch, we can go ahead and fold it back. Again, we're seeing a great weather seal here all the way around the perimeter of the soft folding cover. When it's fully closed, it's going to offer us great protection from the elements for any gear we have stored in the back of our Gladiator. Another nice feature with the soft folding cover, once it is in the closed position and secured with those clamp jaws in place, well, we can open and close the tailgate without having to open and reclose the soft cover. That weather seal is going to form a nice seal there with the tailgate when we close it up, again, aiding in the weatherproofness of that bed cover. Now, no matter which cover you choose, the soft folding, soft rolling, hard rolling, or hard folding, you're sure to get a great high quality bed cover from Rugged Ridge in their lineup of Armis bed covers for your 2020 or newer Jeep Gladiator. Of course, if you guys have any comments or questions about any of the covers we talked about today, you can always leave this for us in the comment section below, or contact us at any of the options on the screen. You can click that info button to head over to Quadratec.com to pick up any one of these covers for your Gladiator. And you'll definitely want to hit that subscribe button so you're sure to catch all of our latest product reviews. Till next time, I'm Rob. I'll see you guys out on the trail.